Recently, I've published a couple of videos featuring this clip of some wind turbines. And I've asked people, particularly those who think the Earth is flat, to offer their explanation for why we can't see the bottom of these wind turbines. Indeed, in some cases, we can only see the very tip of the turbine blades. Now, I've had quite a number of responses, some good, some not so good, and it's been quite amusing to read some of the explanations offered. So today, we're going to have the big reveal. I'm going to look at some of the comments that people have made, and then I'm going to explain precisely why we can't see the bottom of these turbines, and look at some other pictures and video clips of wind turbines and see if the same explanation applies in those cases. So let's get on with it. So this is the first video that I posted in which I made the challenge to people to explain why we can't see the bottom of these wind turbines. Now the video has only had about 800 views, not very many thumbs down, so I'm guessing not that many flat earthers have actually bothered to look at the video, but I know that some have. So if we scroll down the comments section, we see comments from people like Gary Webenga claiming to have debunked me. How he can debunk me when all I've done is post a challenge is beyond me. But Gary has a habit of doing some really daft things. But Sleeping Warrior has made a comment saying that Ranty Flat Earth has responded on a short video on his channel. Well, I had a look on Ranty's channel. Ranty had actually posted a comment a little bit before Sleeping Warrior. And it's not a very short video. It's actually a half-hour live stream. And in that half-hour live stream, at some point, Ranty does address my challenge. Here is Ranty's comment on my video. And Ranty demanded supporting evidence or supporting data. And I've pointed out to Ranty that there is no need for any supporting data in order to answer this challenge or respond to this challenge. And I even gave him a simple example. I said, I'm sitting on my bed right now, as I was, and I can only see part of the bed cover. Question, what's the reason? And the answer is my laptop is blocking my view of the rest of the bed cover. It really is that simple. So the comments, there are many comments, but a lot of people seem to slightly misunderstand the challenge. And that doesn't just apply to flat earth believers. It applies to a number of other people as well who assumed that we were looking at turbines over water. They started making comments about the water, about how things, for example, this one says a large amount of water between you and the windmills, and so on. So I published a second video. Let's have a look at that. So this is my second video on the subject of these wind turbines, entitled The Turbine Challenge Part 2. And in this video, I explain the challenge again, not just for those who think that the Earth is flat, but really for everybody. The challenge is really very simple. It is to explain why we can't see the bottom of these turbines. In some cases, we can only see the blade, sometimes only the tip of the blade. In other cases, clearly the bulk of the tower of the turbines is not visible in the video clip. So I restate the challenge, and I even posted another picture just to make things absolutely clear, in much the same way that I had explained to Ranti. So here is a tower with 4 little spires on it, and this little spire in the center of the picture can't be seen. And the question is, why can't the bottom of that tower, that spire, be seen? So we can't see the bottom of the spire. Why not? And the answer to that question is exactly the same as the answer to the question, why can't we see the bottom of these turbines? So let's have a little look at some of the answers that we got, or some of the responses that we got. So once again, people who don't think the Earth is flat, they've come up with some amusing answers, like the building has sunk into one of Martin's mud floods. So it's well worth having a little read of these. And the same person, Rock Lover, has changed his mind and said the wind turbines hunker down when there's no wind and waves to turn them. And the chimney pot in the other picture is photoshopped. There's a lot of amusing answers. Some of the flat earthers have twisted themselves into pretzels trying to explain this and the original video. But the first correct answer, to cut a long story short, came in from Paul Peterson. So well done, Paul. You were the first person I was aware of who actually just came up with the simple and correct answer. He says, wait, I know, there's something in the way. And that is the correct answer. The reason we can't see these wind turbines, the base of these wind turbines, is because there is something in the way. The reason we can't see the bottom of this spire is because there's something in the way. So now let's reveal what was blocking the bottom of the wind turbines in the picture. Many of you, not just the flat earthers, actually got this completely wrong, and you assumed that it was water. But as we shall see, it wasn't. So when I took this video, I was in the village of Kinghorn, and I was looking across the Forth estuary towards the hills on the far side of the estuary, and I zoomed in on these wind turbines and took this little video clip. And as we zoom the camera back out, you'll clearly see that the bottom of the wind turbines cannot be seen because there is a hill in the way. So I really hope that everybody watching this video is happy to accept that the reason we don't see the bottom of these wind turbines is because there is something in the way. There is a hill in the way. There is some land in the way between us and the bottom, or between the camera and the bottom of the turbines. And so we only see part of the turbines that appears above that land. Now, if you're happy to accept that explanation for this observation of wind turbines, I have another question or challenge for you. Here are some wind turbines filmed by Ranti Flat Earth. And once again, we cannot see the bottom of these wind turbines. So the question is, are you happy to accept that the reason we do not see the bottom of these wind turbines is because there is something in the way? Or are you going to try to come up with some alternative explanation? Because, well, if there's something in the way, then the Earth can't be flat. So you are faced with a dilemma. You either have to accept that the Earth can't be flat, or you have to come up with some alternative explanation for why we can't see the bottom of these particular wind turbines. Why? Why do you need an alternative explanation? Why are you trying to create an explanation to fit with your flat Earth narrative instead of accepting reality? So let's play out with a few photos and you tell me, is there something in the way or is there some other explanation?
Tequila!